Hello, everybody, and welcome to our weekly ASTE Community Connect. We're so close to ASTE, just a month out. I'm Melody. I'm with Alexis. Alexis is one of our amazing board members. I'm so glad you could join us today. Alexis, tell us about what you do in education.
Awesome. Well, first off, thanks for having me.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to have the opportunity to talk with everyone. So currently I work with the Anchorage School District, and my position is, the title of my position is teacher expert. And I think you could teach your whole life and not truly be a teacher expert, but that's what we're striving for, right? And
No, I disagree.
I support the Indigenous Education Department. So my job can best be just summed up as the "and all other duties" clause in our contracts, right? So I'm fortunate that I have a variety of focuses. And so I work with everything from curriculum to our amazing student support specialists that are in the schools with our students. And I'm also fortunate to make and deliver PD with our amazing cultural enrichment specialist. And it's just a really great, diverse job where we get to advocate for our department and our students and help just bring others up too.
Yeah, I love that. And we're gonna do our shout outs in a second. I was actually gonna give you a shout out, but then you joined me today because I got to join you yesterday for some PD that you and your partner Cheryl delivered, and I just thought that was so cool to be a part of that and to watch you in action and to even form some, have some great conversations, possibly form relationships with people in that area. And it was really cool to see you. So thank you for inviting me yesterday.
Thank you for coming. You were a huge help, and I know everyone appreciated the extra support with the ed tech.
I love it. I wanted to say that I think that as educators, we are too humble. If you've been in education for at least 5 years or more, maybe even, possibly less, but at least 5 years, because at 5 years, that's where you either just leave it because you can't, because it's kind of like education can be a little toxic. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I don't want to go that, but I'm just saying that we are experts. You know what I mean? And I think that we're a little too humble. But if we can make it for 5 years or plus, I think that we've definitely got some expertise. And if you think that, let me know. Also, if you're watching, whether you're watching live or when we're finished live, let us know where you are, if you're coming to ASTE, or what song you want to see on our prom night playlist. We're making a playlist, and it's really important. I even want to do some dedications. Today, I'm going to go to the shout outs. Today I got to talk with edupreneur, entrepreneur, Alethea Masters. Her company is Mad Learn, and they are coming as sponsors to ASTE. And she can't wait for prom, and she has a session called Don't Worry, Be Happy. And so when Don't Worry, Be Happy comes on, I'm going to dedicate that to her. So
Perfect.
Yeah. And I want to give some more educator shout outs. I got to hear from Patricia Hauser, Anna Mecki, Rondi Wilson, and I want to give those three. Thank you for emailing me this week. If you get my letter every week, and if you want to get my letter, let me know. Just email me at director@aste.org and I'll put you on those letters. But I also want to give a big shout out to our board member, Annalia Karen. It turns out today is one of her big milestone birthdays. And I don't know if she wants me to share that with everybody, but happy birthday, Annalia. Do you have any shout outs, Alexis?
I do. I'm fortunate to work with a lot of educators, so it's hard to just pick one. But
say them all,
right? Like it. So you sure you want to start that? But
yeah, go
ahead. I'll do two. Can I settle for two? Will that work?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. All right. So the first one is a teacher that I got to meet over the summer in the Sea Stories program. And when we were preparing the professional development that you joined us with yesterday on student-led documentaries, we were able to use a lot of the films that her students had created. So not only is she an amazing, oh my gosh, of course my dogs start barking. So not only is she an amazing educator, super fun and exciting to be with, but she takes what she's learned and she runs with it with her students and helps them to dream big. So that is Danielle McManus. She's down in Skagway, and I used and showed several of her student documentaries to the teachers that joined us yesterday to show what is possible for our kids to do with tech.
Way to go, Danielle, and way to go,
Thank
to students. They were amazing. I think someone didn't know that it was students, and I was like, no, they're students because they look so professional. Some of them did.
Yeah.
So very cool. Awesome.
Yep. My second one is a teacher out of the classroom, but still a teacher. She's just teaching in a different capacity. And always there when I need to contact her for support or for questions, and a real driving force around the whole state with really advocating for ed tech and student documentaries and really bringing and empowering those student stories to life. And that would be Megan McBride. She's with C Stories. She's fantastic. And I'm lucky to know them both.
Way to go, Megan. That is so cool. Awesome. Awesome. That's great. And Alexis, what song? At least one song. What do you want to put on the playlist for prom?
Oh my gosh. Can I think about it and get back to you?
Yeah,
because there's
like,
I have playlists. Like, I have a lot of playlists. We might need to just airdrop some stuff. I don't know.
It's really hard though, because we love songs, but what song do we want to dance to? Right? Yeah. Like,
and then, and then there's the songs that you just want to sing as loud as you can, right? So it just, it kind of depends on the vibe and the mood, and we'll make it work.
I'm thinking about asking our DJ, and we have an amazing DJ, guys. It's like one of the best in Anchorage. New City AV is going to be DJing, and they're so phenomenal. So you definitely need to come out and spend this prom night with us. Of course, you do have to be a registered ASTE person or a +1. Are you bringing your husband, Alexis?
I'm trying.
So. He's not like.
If not, we'll have fun.
You know what is so funny? Some people are excited because they didn't go to their own proms. And I was talking with Madeleine, Alethea Masters, and I'm so sorry. You said your dogs are barking, like my dogs are barking, but metaphorically. I am so tired, as many of us are. But she said, she wasn't even in this country when, so they didn't have proms in India, right? So like, she's really excited to come. And I am forcing my husband to come with me, and he actually likes to dance, so it'll be good. But even if you don't like to dance, still come to prom, because we will have some activities to do. And it is sponsored by GCI, and they have some prizes to give away. We all have prizes to give away. It's going to be so much fun. Okay, anyway, let's move on. Also, if you're watching, remember, we want to know what songs you would like us to play. Okay, moving on. ASTE is almost here. The countdown, it's less than a month away now. Okay, February 15th. What do you love most about ASTE? And if you're watching, tell us what you love most about ASTE. But Alexis, I'm going to start with you.
Oh,
unless you don't want me to start with you.
No, it's good. There's like so many things. I'm trying to like think of the top things. The sessions are always fantastic, and I always learn so much. I come away so inspired with so much that I want to just put into practice right away. But as much as I love those, you can't beat the connections that you make with the people there. And it's such a great and supportive group of people that go there. I remember my first presentation at ASTE. I was so nervous, and Miss Melody McAllister was sitting right up in the front row, and she was like, she latched on me right after and was like, "Girl, let's do this." And it's just, I've had that support from everybody in the group ever since, of just, let's do this. And just like you said, educators can be humble. Sometimes we need those people to just drag us along and say, "You're amazing." And that's just the whole vibe of ASTE. It's that supportive community.
I will never forget your session. I thought it was so right on. I was sitting there. I mean, it was so awesome. And I like to sit in the front row. I'm one of those people that like goes right to the front row. Unless I'm not feeling really good, then I'll sit in the back. But like, or if I'm at church, I'll sit in the back. But like, if I'm at a really good session, I want to go learn and sit in the front. And you really did. I still remember that session. And it feels like we've been friends for a lot longer, but it's been like 2 or 3 years, We got to we went to ASTE this summer together, and we stayed with Laura Davies. We all stayed together in a house. What do you call those Airbnbs? I mean, I agree with you. I think the sessions are great, and I love learning from all the educators across the state. But I will say that the connections are my most favorite part. And this year, we have a few challenges. Like with the lack of state funding this year, we're going to see a smaller number of attendees. Not too small, but I think that what we lack in attendance this year, we are going to make up in connection, because sometimes having a more intimate, like conference is exactly what we need, and we can talk with more people and just make those connections. And that's my favorite part. Another one of my favorite parts is just I love the Captain Cook. I know that's crazy, but they have the best breakfast brunch, and I always make sure that I go there. It always has something. And the coffee, I love sitting down with like coffee and with educators. Sometimes Alice Keeler has come and she does coffee edu, but just sitting down having those coffees, and then learning something new. I love going into sessions where I literally learn something new. It blows my mind. And then if I can put it right back into my practice, within 2 weeks, I know that it's going to become a regular part of my practice. So those are my favorite parts. Yeah. Did you want to add anything?
No, it's just, and I agree though. Big conferences are always great. And as much as I enjoyed ASTE, which was a massive conference, I really missed that like intimate connection with people and being like, oh, I remember you from this session, and just having those connections. So, I think that's a great opportunity. So yeah, there might be a few less people, but that just means that we can really get in deep into those details in our sessions and really, collaborate and individualize. So I'm here for it.
I love it. Now you do have a couple of sessions coming up. One of them is connecting culture, curriculum, and creativity through ed tech. Tell us a little bit about that. Make sure to tell us the time too.
Well, this one's a little bit tricky. This one's really going to focus on using documentaries and creating videos with your students to really get those cultural connections, to really focus on making a culturally sustaining classroom, and also to really hit those standards with curriculum. Too many times people think you have to choose curriculum or the creativity, and you don't. And so we're going to really focus on how to get all three of those things combined. And you can't really do that in an hour. And I'm pushing it in what I'm doing. But what we're going to do is we're going to have 3 1-hour sessions. So there's going to be a 1-hour session one day, another session, and another session. If you can't make one of the sessions, it's okay. I'm not going to kick you out. You don't have to go to all 3. I'm happy to have everybody join that can. But we really just want to focus on empowering the voices of our students. And when a kid can explain things that they're learning through a way that makes sense to them, they're at that higher level of understanding. And so we can do that with EdTech. We can do that in a creative way that really empowers those student voices. And that's really what this is going to focus on, is just building those communities, being culturally sustaining, and then inspiring through creativity. So
that's awesome. I really hope that you'll check out this session. That really, I love, Alexis, that you always bring it back to the students, empowering the students, amplifying their voices. That is the heart of an amazing educator. So I applaud you. And I really hope that people will check out your session and at least go to one of them. And you have another one. Now, your background is a librarian.
It's mixed. I was,
okay.
Yeah, I wasn't a librarian for very long, and I didn't get the certification, but I did have a short time in the library. And I had an absolutely amazing mentor. Heather Rains is a librarian out in the Mat-Su, and she is going to be joining me for this. And so
let me read it. This is beautiful. You make great. I love the alliteration in your session titles. Pages of Purpose, building connection through culturally sustaining libraries. Tell us about it.
Yes. So this is going to kind of marry a couple of passions and interests that I have, as well as bring in the expertise that Heather has from being a librarian for so long. And she's just as fun and passionate about this. And so I really want to bring in all of the cultural resources and knowledge that I've been able to gain through working with people in my position into how we can integrate that in the libraries. We want our students to feel that safe, secure sense of belonging in all spaces. We never wanted to feel excluded. And too often that can happen for some of our students in the library space. And so it's really focusing on how to change that and make sure it's the heart of the school, not a place that people don't want to go. So it's just focusing on that and building that up.
And that's one of the things about what I liked about your session yesterday was that you really focused on tools that are inclusive and that really can help every learner. And just because like a learner may have, what we consider a disability in one area doesn't mean that they don't have the intelligence that is at their level, that their grade level or beyond their grade level. Like there's so many different ways that students are adapting to learning and finding out what really works best for them, and what they enjoy and how they enjoy learning and what sticks. So that's really cool. I love that you have such a focus on that in your sessions as well. I know some people are like learning styles or something. Learning, it's like it's not that we can't learn in multiple ways. It's just that we find what really resonates with us more. And that's what I just wanted to say. I hope I said that well. That's what you focus on. I love that. All right. And I hate it when I'm live and I can't think. I mean, it's such a glimpse of real life. Yesterday, I left my purse in the room that we were having the PD in. And Alexis is actually one of my really good friends. And I sat there staring at my phone thinking, what is her name again? And it wasn't because it's just, that's my real life, y'all. Like my brain, and do you ever have those moments or am I alone in this?
No, I do. I have times where my brain is just loading for a little bit before you get that lag, like sometimes, and we'll blame it on the ed tech, right? We just been around tech.
That lag. I love that you said that is so real. I have a lag in my brain and it is Friday. So if you're watching, you might feel laggy too right now. And we are with you. Okay. So we've been to conferences. We've been to the ASTE conference multiple times. So we're going to try to fit our tips and we're going to say too many. And so you just cling on the ones that you like. But if you're watching and whether you're watching live or after the fact, share with us. What are your tips for ASTE? Okay. Alexis, do you want to go first or do you want me to begin?
I think probably the first practical tip, especially for the ladies, bring comfy shoes. Like we're all going to look,
so
look cute maybe, but you got to be comfortable. Right. And, in the conference, we're all fam, right? So we're not going to be judging your comfy shoes. We just want you present with us. So
yes, I love that. We'll go back and forth. And bring water. Bring your favorite water bottle or just make sure that we always have water in the rooms. Make sure that you have water. It's dry here, and you need water. You're going to be talking a lot. Yeah.
So I guess the next one would be don't be afraid to get to know other people. I've not met any person at the conference that was grumpy. If that makes sense. So
I have. Just kidding.
Well, we won't talk about that. No, I'm just kidding. So
it's okay if you're a grumpy person.
If you're going into the ballroom and you're like, oh my gosh, I don't see my normal group. Who do I sit with? Just sit with a group. Everyone there is so welcoming, and it's just a really great way to get to know each other. I've made some amazing connections just by being the one-off at a table, and really gotten to make some people I consider friends now. So don't be afraid to get to know others.
I love that. That's really super important. I'm glad you said that. And a lot of times, I know my first ASTE, I went alone. Actually, I go alone all the time. I don't go really with anybody. And I have had to be the person to sit with other people. Just ask, can I sit here? Yes, you can sit here. Yes. All right. And to piggyback that one, I'm going to say, come with an open mind. It is like the middle of the school year. It's okay if you're grumpy. We like grumpy people too. Okay. It's the middle of the school year. You are probably feeling it. Okay. It's not quite the downhill to the end of the year. Not that we're counting days. Are we counting days? Maybe we are. You might have so many different things going on in your life, but come with an open mind. I think that if you allow yourself to kind of put that stuff behind you, come with an open mind, You're probably going to take in amazing sessions, learn some amazing things from people, be willing to talk to strangers that become friends, maybe dance a little bit on prom night. Come with an open mind and come with a sense of adventure, um, try new things. This is something that someone challenged me a few years ago at a conference. When you go to a place that you don't normally, stay in, live in, whatever, instead of ordering the same thing all the time, ask someone, what do you like here? Be willing to ask other people, how do you do this? When you're talking about problems and trying to find solutions for things in education, be willing to ask people, what do you do? And it's okay if they do something different. That discourse actually makes us so much better. Can I say one more?
Go for it.
Bring dry shampoo. Okay. I just feel like dry shampoo is like such a miracle thing. You don't have to wash your hair. You're probably going to stay up late every night. Another reason to drink a lot of water, because we're going to have so much fun. Bring dry shampoo so you don't have to waste any time washing your hair. Okay.
The important stuff. And if you forget it, somebody will have it. So again, more reason to connect with others and get to know other people.
Yeah, for sure.
I guess my other one is don't get overwhelmed. There are so many great ideas and apps and programs and tips and tricks that get tossed around that it can be really easy to be like, how am I going to implement all of these amazing things? And you don't have to. They don't all have to start on day one. You can pick the top couple or the top one and then just run with that. And, tuck those away in your knowledge bank for later. But just don't let yourself get overwhelmed. You're not a bad teacher if you're not doing something that somebody else is doing, or you're not less than another person. And just be mindful of your capacity, and that's okay. You've got to really take care of yourself. And EdTech's supposed to help us deepen those connections, not be another burden for you or the students. So just
that's wise. That's beautiful. I have some really great sound bites to be able to share this one out. I love that. Sign up for your sessions, but be flexible. I've helped a couple of teachers today try to sign up for their sessions. And if you need help signing up for sessions, email me, director@aste.org. But also be flexible. If you see that another session is going, or you made a new friend and they're going to a session that you would rather go to, it's okay if you go to that. Or maybe you're in a session and nothing is really resonating with you. It's okay if you get up and leave. It's not offensive to the person, the presenter, because they know that we're adult people. And if you have to go to the bathroom, go to the bathroom. You don't have to ask or wait. But yeah, sign up for your sessions, but be flexible. And, if you see a session that you'd rather go to, do that. And that is the end of my tips. Alexis, what about you?
Super practical. If you're an Apple person, bring your dongle. You never know. I have.
Yes, bring your devices.
Yeah, the last down in California, I was presenting and left my dongle in the hotel room. I very mindfully brought it all the way to California with me and then left it sitting on the bed. And it was this mad dash before I presented to find somebody that I could borrow their dongle. So, don't be like me in that one.
I was presenting at ASTE this last summer, and I brought my Mac with me to present on, and I didn't even think about it. And then, but a person in the front row, I was like, oh my gosh, I need a dongle. And she's like, I've got one. And so another thing is, if somebody borrows your dongle, remember to give it back. Like that is prize. Yeah. That's a good thing to give back. But yeah, lots of great tips. We'd love it if you shared shared more. If we left anything out, or if you have found something that you think is great to know about ASTE or any conference. Remember that the Weekender rate is open for Saturday and Sunday only, and it is a great price. If you're not able to afford the full registration, or your district's not paying, but you still want to be a part of the fun and the sessions, we would love to have you still. And you get to be there at prom night, which is going to be so much fun. All right. Deadlines are coming. So What do you think about the I Did It contest this year, Alexis?
I am super excited about the I Did It contest this year. Um, especially from my perspective with my position. I absolutely love that we have the new category of Indigenous culture and language. I think that is amazing. And that's something that we should have had a long time ago. So I'm super thankful that the team came together and recognized that and put that on there. And I can't wait to see what gets submitted. Um, I love that there's more chance for people to really highlight what they love with these new categories. And so if somebody's really passionate about um, language preservation, then they have that chance to put that in. Or technology and fashion, they love fashion and they want to marry that, they can do that. And so I love that this feels so much more welcoming and all encompassing to the variety of people that enter our contest.
Yeah, that's great. Yes, and cash prizes. You can't beat that,
Yes.
right?
Can't complain about this. No.
Yeah, and leadership awards that I think was it Analia that is running that, and it's her birthday today, and she actually extended it for today. So if a few people let me know that they had on the 15th, and that was supposed to be the deadline, but she went ahead and let it go for a couple more days. So if you know an ed tech leader, whether student or teacher or admin, make sure to nominate them. You still have until tonight. Go ahead and do that. But I think tonight really is the last cutoff. And the thing about it is we can do this. We have flexibility, but tonight is the cutoff. So make sure that if you have somebody that you want to nominate, you do that tonight. And thank you to everybody who has. All right. With that, is there anything I've left out for today that our community would benefit from knowing?
Oh, I could talk for quite a long time because it's a great community, but I'll just piggyback on what you said about the leadership awards. I received the teacher award last year, and it meant so much to me. And often the things that we do that are extra and all that extra time is something we do because we love the job. We love helping others and helping our students. And getting that recognition means the can make a world of difference to
Mhm.
people. And so if you have somebody in mind, just take that time, fill out that form, write up something. It doesn't have to be a super long paper. It can just be something to really recognize them. And just give them that benefit. Let them know that you see them and their efforts.
And to that, I also want to say that sometimes we are doing our best work and no one really takes notice. Our students do because our students are learning and growing. If you want to nominate yourself, I say nominate yourself. We aren't going to say, and I said this earlier this week, like I'm just going to use Anthony. Anthony, what's his last name? White. Here my brain goes again. Ah! So our board president, I use him as an example in our community. But if you nominate yourself, and you win an award, we're not going to say, and teacher of the year goes to Anthony White, and he nominated himself. Okay. Like no one's going to know, and we're not going to put it out there. And I think that you should nominate yourself because you're seeing what you're doing every day. And when we started, I really do think that we don't give each other or we don't give ourselves enough credit as experts in our field, but we really do become that over time. And it's easy for me to say, yes, Alexis, you're totally an expert in this because we can do that for others, but sometimes we don't do that for ourselves. But if you feel like this is something that you would like to nominate yourself for, go ahead and do it. We want you to do it. But make sure you do it by tonight because it's almost over. Okay. And with that, we want to say goodbye. Thank you. We'll see you next Friday, same time. Alexis, you are more than welcome to join us again whenever you want to.
Love to.
And yeah. All right, everybody. We'll see you in less than a month in Anchorage at the Captain Cook Hotel. For ASTE. Bye-bye.